The Lords of Discipline, 1983, is one of those dark, moody movies that doesn't pull any punches. Based on Pat Conroy's 1980 novel, it's all about the dirty secrets, pressure and abuse hiding beneath the surface at an old-school Southern military academy during the Vietnam War era. If you know Conroy, you know he's the king of Southern Gothic drama, and this one's no exception. Directed by Frank Rodham, the same guy who did Quadrophenia, this flick dives deep into themes like honor, racism, conformity, and just how toxic strict institutions can get. A little background. The story comes straight from Pat Conroy's own wild days at the Citadel, a tough-as-nails military college in South Carolina. In fact, the book got him banned from campus for years. Yeah, it was that controversial. The movie keeps all those intense vibes about how silence, honor, and old-school cruelty can mess people up, especially when everyone's supposed to just follow the rules. Plot time! We're in Charleston, South Carolina, 1964. Senior cadet Will McLean gets tasked with looking out for Tom Pearce, the school's very first black cadet, during his rough freshman year. But Will starts noticing some really shady stuff. There's a secret crew called the 10 who basically run a secret terror squad. They claim it's to protect our own, but it's really just weird, violent hazing and cover-ups, backed up by both students and teachers. When Will's best buddy, Dante, gets kicked out under sketchy circumstances, Will's forced to make a choice: keep quiet or blow the lid off the 10 and protect Tom from this brutal system. Let's talk about what the movie's really getting at: institutional racism. The school's fight against letting in black students mirrors the bigger civil rights battles happening all over the South. Toxic masculinity and hazing. The whole mold men thing is taken to extremes, and the consequences can be tragic. Courage versus complicity. Will's the guy trying to do the right thing, even if it means breaking the code of silence and risking everything. Honor as a weapon. Here, honor isn't about integrity. It's used to justify cruelty and keep people out. Behind the scenes, they actually filmed it in England because the real Citadel and most military schools wanted nothing to do with it. David Keith was fresh off his big role in An Officer and a Gentleman, so he brought some serious energy to the lead. The overall vibe is super gothic and shadowy. Sometimes it feels more like a thriller than your average coming-of-age drama. How did folks react? Reviews were mixed when it dropped. Some people loved the intensity and David Keith's performance. Others thought it was kind of heavy-handed. There's no Rotten Tomatoes score even now, but over time it's gotten a little cult following thanks to those bold themes and the raw drama. Box office, not huge. But honestly, that's no surprise given the dark subject matter and the controversy it stirred up. Why does it matter? It's one of the rare military dramas about corruption inside the ranks, not just stuff happening on the battlefield. You'll see a young Michael Biehn before he breaks out in The Terminator and Aliens. It's not super well known today, but it gets rediscovered now and then, especially by Pat Conroy fans or folks into stories about power, racism, or the dark side of honor culture. A few fun facts. Pat Conroy and the Citadel eventually mended fences. He even gave commencement speeches there. Still, the Lords of Discipline is kind of an awkward memory for the school. A lot of people said the book couldn't be made into a movie because it was too violent and dark. The filmmakers toned it down a little, but the angry spirit is absolutely still there. Rick Rossovich and Judge Reinhold went on to star in big 80s movies like Top Gun and Beverly Hills Cop. Lords of Discipline. Drop us a comment and don't forget to subscribe to Movies of the 80s. We've got all the classics and those long-lost gems you forgot you loved.